We need to talk about Big Hit Music's newest boy group, CORTIS. I honestly don't even know where to start because this debut has been one of the most controversial ones in K-pop recently, and the fandom world is literally split in half about it. Some fans are hyping them, others are dragging them non-stop, and I've been deep diving into everything. So grab your snacks because this is going to be a ride. When Big Hit Music finally announced their new boy group, CORTIS, everyone was expecting the next big thing. After all, this is the same company that gave us BTS and TXT. Fans were literally saying things like, "The standards are sky high," and HYBE wouldn't let us down. But as soon as teasers dropped, things started feeling off. From the group's concept to the visuals, netizens were quick to notice something wasn't clicking. Instead of being met with excitement, the group was met with skepticism and, let's be real, a lot of memes. Their debut showcase should have been their big moment, but instead it became one of the internet's harshest comment sections. Fans pointed out that the vocals were shaky, the choreo didn't feel polished, and some even said the stage presence wasn't strong enough for a big hit act. On top of that, their visuals, something K-pop stans usually hype up, were harshly criticized. People compared them to trainees from smaller agencies, which for a HYBE debut was shocking. One headline literally read, "CORTIS's visuals hit with scathing backlash at debut showcase." Ouch. That is not how you want your first impression to go. Despite everything, their debut stage trended online. Their debut showcase was their big moment, and while some critics pointed out areas for improvement, vocals, choreo, and stage presence, the fact is, they're rookies. Every group, even the legends, had their growing pains. What really stood out was their raw energy and determination. Fans noticed certain members shining with charisma, hinting at the star power waiting to bloom. If anything, this debut set the stage for massive growth. If the debut stage didn't sting enough, the group's first release barely made waves on the charts. For a company of HYBE's size, expectations were sky high, but CORTIS's debut single struggled. Other groups from smaller agencies have managed to chart higher, which fueled the narrative that CORTIS might be HYBE's first flop group. Netizens didn't hold back, making comments like, "Even with BigHit's name, they can't chart?" This proves company power can only go so far. At least the memes are entertaining. And yes, the memes have been relentless. Screenshots of their stages, edits of their looks, and savage comments have been circulating everywhere. But low charts don't equal failure. Plenty of iconic groups had slow starts before finding their breakthrough. And now, CORTIS is already proving that story can flip fast. Their follow-up track, Go, went viral on Spotify, shooting up to #1 on the daily viral songs global chart and holding that spot for 2 days. This came right after What You Want spent a full week at #1, showing that CORTIS has more than one song grabbing listeners' attention. Even bigger, Go also hit #1 in 7 countries, including Korea, Taiwan, Japan, and Indonesia. And both tracks secured spots in Korea's Apple Music Top 10. So while haters are busy dragging their debut, the numbers are quietly building CORTIS' case for staying power. In fact, the conversation around CORTIS' positive or negative means they've already done something many rookies struggle with. They're in the spotlight. And with each comeback, they have a chance to flip the narrative and surprise everyone. But here's another twist. Despite the chart dragging, CORTIS still pulled off a huge commercial win. Their debut album sold 381,991 copies in its first week, making them the top rookie boy group of 2025 in first-week sales. That number isn't just good. It's proof there's strong demand for them, even while the internet debate rages on. Instead of fading, they've already shown there's real buying power and support behind their music. CORTIS has already gone viral multiple times, and sometimes for unexpected reasons, but that's the nature of K-pop's fast-moving internet culture. And then the viral backstage photo happened. Someone uploaded a candid picture of CORTIS backstage, and instead of being flattering, it got mocked ruthlessly. People said they looked unready or even like random trainees thrown together. What should have been a wholesome behind-the-scenes moment turned into another PR nightmare. This photo literally went viral for all the wrong reasons, and fans were split again. Supporters said, "They're just starting, give them a chance." But critics were louder, saying, if they're debuting under HYBE, they should be ready for the spotlight. Even when critics try to drag them, CORTIS remains the center of attention. And attention is powerful. It means people care enough to react. Things got even more disturbing when a video went viral showing some Sasa Aang sneaking around to film CORTIS members changing backstage. Especially concerning, their leader Martin, who is a minor, was seen in the footage. Thankfully, the overwhelming response online condemned the behavior as invasive and unacceptable. Fans stepped up to defend the boys, reminding everyone that idols deserve safety, respect, and boundaries. In a way, this became a turning point. It showed that CORTIS isn't just building a fandom, they're building a protective, responsible community that values their well-being. This wasn't just a scandal, it highlighted a recurring issue in K-pop, the dark side of obsessive fan culture. Idols from EXO, Twice, and BTS have all dealt with stalkers, hidden cameras, and boundary-crossing incidents. Seeing it happen to rookies so soon shocked even seasoned fans. Here's where things get tricky. CORTIS has a loyal fandom already forming, defending them against hate. These fans argue that every rookie group needs time to grow. BTS and TXT also had critics at first. It's unfair to compare them to established groups from day one. But the louder side of K-pop Twitter and forums has been unrelenting with their criticism. Some even accuse HYBE of rushing the debut just to capitalize on their current global success, rather than properly developing the group. Industry insiders say CORTIS' debut is a major test for HYBE's strategy. Instead of playing it safe, HYBE is experimenting, and CORTIS is the bold project leading that risk. Whether it's an unconventional concept, aiming at a new audience, or trying to redefine the boy group image, this feels like a turning point. Think about it, BTS didn't fit the idol mold when they debuted either. They leaned into authenticity, storytelling, and outsider energy. CORTIS might be going for something similar, an uncomfortable start that eventually pays off once people get it. Some fans have even created theories about why CORTIS debuted like this. First, rushed planning. HYBE might have pushed them out too early without enough training. Second, experimental concept. Maybe HYBE is trying something new and edgy, but it's not landing with fans. Third, internal pressure. With so many labels under HYBE, BigHit Music could be struggling to differentiate itself. One more wild theory floating around Reddit that caught my eye. Someone posited that CORTIS is for the boys, not the girlies. The idea is that BigHit might be aiming CORTIS' image and concept more toward male fandoms rather than the traditional female-dominated market, which could help explain some of their style and aesthetic choices that seem offbeat or less romantic idol than usual. If that's the case, the backlash might not be about failure, but about fans misreading the intended audience. It doesn't erase the criticisms, but it adds a fascinating layer to the debate. Whether these are true or not, it shows how deep the conversation has gone. Personally, I don't hate them. I actually think some of the members are really promising, and there were moments in their debut where I thought, okay, they've got potential. Their debut wasn't about perfection, it was about introducing themselves, and I think they did that beautifully. The truth is, CORTIS is under HYBE, so expectations are sky high. But what excites me most is how much they can grow. With better promotions, more polished comebacks, and time to strengthen their identity, I believe they can really surprise people. At the end of the day, CORTIS' debut proves something important. Even the biggest companies can't manufacture instant perfection, and that's okay. Talent takes time to bloom. Right now, we're seeing them at their rawest, and that makes their future potential even more exciting. The criticisms are loud, but the heart is there, and sometimes the most legendary groups come from the rawest starts. So I'll leave it to you guys. Do you think CORTIS deserves more time before being judged harshly? Are the criticisms fair, or are our expectations just too high? Could this backlash actually be the fire that pushes them to grow stronger? Because honestly, I feel like we're just at the beginning of their story.